This is based upon all my opinions, but that leans towards common sense. If you think about it, you sit there and you actually think about all the laws, everything that's created. Uh, that and what police was really actually created for, and soldiers. These people you vote in come out here and say we're going to protect the citizens. We're going to, or they probably do use the word people, because that's what we are supposed to be seen as people, not citizens, not taxpayers. And as the people, when they refer to us as people, they're supposed to have us under the Constitution, where it states in the very beginning, at the very top, we the people. People, not persons, not taxpayers, nothing else. Uh, so, they laws, and they say these laws we're creating is to protect the public. We got to keep the public safe. The AI now that's being created, it's to keep the public safe, because all the terrorists and the bad people out there and the riot people that go out and riot and all this, well, it's to protect y'all. The people, us, me, you, only to protect the people, the citizens, the public. But if you look at the laws that they're enforcing, they're created to protect them, the government, the people in power. We got to make gun laws, take guns away. But it's to protect the kids and the public, the citizens, the people. It ain't to protect us. We can't say it's to protect us. We got to say it's to protect the people who vote us in. And so then the people, oh, it's to protect us and our kids. And, well, okay then. But if it was to protect them, they said it was to protect them. Nobody would go for that. Nobody. So they have to tell us that it's to protect us and our children, not them, their dynasty, their children, who's going to take over when they die. So all these laws are created to protect them. Because no matter what, they're looking for guns. And look at everything the government's involved in making money off of, in with the gun sellers, taxation and all the regulations. They make money off of that. And then the drug laws. You can't buy drugs from somebody else and use them. You got to buy them from us. Oh, but you can't buy meth. You can't buy cocaine. Heroin. None of that from them. You can buy weed. You can get weed from doctors now, but it's not natural weed that had been growing before they started that. They have changed it. It's not the right stuff, and it's bad for you. And they don't want you to know that. The only time they can sell something that is supposed to be natural is if they change it where it's no longer natural, or they add a chemical to it. Then it can be taxed, and the government or the IRS can make money. They're taxing the money. They're not taxing the drug. They're taxing the amount of money you're spending on that drug. 8.25% out of you spent $10 for that, or 20. So it's 8.25% added on to that money. they're not really taxing the drugs outside of, for us when we buy it. You know, they're taxing the money that we spend on the drug. The drugs, yeah, they're charging taxes on the drugs that they have to pay. The people that take and create the drugs. And when they sell it, they pay a tax out of that money. Well, they add that tax onto the money, the bill, the sale. And I think they make it a whole price. They don't say with tax. They just make it a whole price. And then when they're taxed, you paid that tax. They didn't pay for it. They got all their money. You paid that tax. It's added on to the price. So, the businesses pays, the tax of the company that's creating the product. So that company that creates product don't pay taxes. But now I lost my train of thought of what I was talking about in the beginning, and I can't rewind it. I have to look back. So I guess I'm gonna have to cut this one short too. But yeah. So all the laws that are created to protect them. Just look at the laws and think about it. All the gun laws, all the drug laws, the traffic laws are created to help them get drugs and guns. Or they can't get them, because that's where they are before they're at the property to be sold or, used, however. And so all of these laws that are created are to protect them and turn us into slaves and to obey them. That's all it is. They're our parents. You're at home with your parents, and you ain't got no drugs on you, do you? You can't have that. You ain't got no guns on you, do you? You can't have that. You got knives on you? You got anything that'll stick me, poke me, whatever, harm me before I stick my hands in your pocket? That's extra for them. The authority. Your husband. Your husband is the authority. Your husband is the government. Slaps you around, bosses you around, orders you around, always mean to you. Will act nice at times, but then will be brutally mean, just like a husband. An abusive husband. That's all authority is. It's an abusive husband. Goes out and harasses people. I'm going to mess with you. It's a bully. That's all it is. So you worship, you bow down to, and you kiss the boot of a husband. Because all the men in this country, pretty much, damn near, has been wussified. They've been turned into feminine men. They don't want to get out and fight for what's right no more. They don't want to get out and fight for freedom no more. Or people in LA and all that, they're fighting for freedom. They weren't doing all this before. Oh, now they look bad because they're fighting for their right to be free, as what is in the Bible. But you Christians out there, you're hypocrites. You don't believe in the Bible. You don't believe in God's Word. Leviticus, Exodus, read them. Genesis, read them. This country was based to be ran upon what is in the Word of God, the Bible. All the laws that were created were created upon what is in the Bible. That's why slavery existed, and it still exists under a supposed governmental system of protection and safety. But they're making sure they're protected and safe, not us. We're not protected and safe from them. I can go out there, drive without a license, insurance, and everything, and just, I don't want to be documented. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I don't want to comply. I don't want to obey you. Why are you forcing me to do what I don't want to do? That's what a criminal does. Points a gun at you, taser now, mace. You're going to do what I want, or I'm going to torture or murder you. That's not how it's supposed to go when you haven't bothered anyone. Because the laws ain't there to protect us. They're there to protect them and their jobs. Oh, they won't follow your orders? Well, then if they won't follow your orders, then you can hurt them. You can destroy their property. You don't have to obey the Constitution. You don't have to obey the laws of, don't be destructive. It is unlawful and illegal to be destructive, violent, to damage other people's property when they haven't bothered anyone else. Well, they can do it because they just throw on a suit, a costume, and then says, I'm this and that, and you're going to obey or else. Okay. We're there. I'm a little happy minion. But even in the movie, the minions, what they do to their leader when they didn't like what their leader did? They all walked off. And then what did he become? A nothing. He became a nothing. He was worthless. And he was nothing without them when they came and saved him later. But of course, we ain't going to save them. That's imaginary government if they need saving. Because we walked away. Now they become nothing. They have no authority. They can't control you no more. I'm walking away. You ain't going to control me. I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to have fun. But y'all don't know how to put two and two together. Watch that movie. It's three of them. It was the third one. There might be four, but I think there's only three. The Minions, that there's 3-part movie with those 2 little girls he adopted. But yeah, put 2 and 2 together. When you see the Minions walk away, and look what happens to him. Well, we walk away from government, we walk away from voting and all that stuff. Same thing will happen to them. They become nothing, worthless. We don't need you. We don't want to depend upon you anymore. We don't want you to control us. Because we're not depending upon them if they're controlling us. They're depending upon us to allow them to control us and allow them to exist. They depend upon us more than we need to depend upon them. They need us more than we need them. We don't vote. They don't exist. They need us. Protest. I'm not voting. Protest. I don't give a damn who you put from me, what they say. Trump said all the best more than anybody else, like a George Washington. A JFK. And you know what? He didn't come through with anything, and he's still alive. He ain't come through with anything. It's all made up. They've had time to redo everything and make up other stuff and leave out stuff and put in just lies and make sure Trump ain't in there. And you don't know what's the truth anymore. It should have been out when Trump was president. what was it, January 21st, January 22nd. He should have come out. That's what he said. Right when I become president, I'm coming out with it. That was a lie. He ain't doing nothing with the IRS. He's got you distracted. You ain't thinking about that. He ain't doing nothing with taxes. We ain't nothing gotten better. Everything's going up, Bryce. Get rid of business tax. Get rid of property tax. Business property tax. Get rid of all of it. Everything drops in price. Get rid of the regulations and all that. Let everybody worry about their own business, themselves. If they do bad things, they get sued out of business and they fail, and then, someone else will take their place. That's how it's supposed to work. Start up a restaurant. People get sick and ill. They can sue you and your business shuts down. There ain't no need to be all this other stuff. No protection from the people that they made sick. It's just all out, free, and just, you're going to be held accountable. Karma's a bitch, and that's the way it is. You get treated however you want to treat the people. Works both ways. Treat others as how you would want them to treat you. All these frauditors want to treat other people like crap. They don't care to treat other people good so they can treat them good. They rather just have enemies, be back and forth fighting, divided up. Just, chaos. Let's live in chaos. It's fun. Let's live in chaos. Let's not end it. Let's keep it going. If traffic laws all ended and the cops couldn't be on the streets to do all this stuff, you'd be out of a job. You'd have to go get a real job. This is the only thing that's got y'all making money and getting all these people subbing to you and stuff. If it was gone, you'd be out there working, flipping burgers or making tacos or something. You wouldn't be doing none of this sitting at your house where you think you're safe and sound. You ain't safe and sound at your house. Cops can willy-nilly walk into your house and do what they want now. They don't get in trouble. You can sit there, your door unlocked, and door's unlocked. That means I'm welcome to come in. When you hear something and you might have a gun, you pick it up and you go, and all of a sudden, bang, bang, you're dead. Because they see a gun in your hand. There ain't no put it down. Their life comes first no matter what. Ain't no police put it down, whatever. It's automatic, bang, bang. They got their gun out too when they walk in that house, not knowing what to expect. They can do that. Don't think they can't. Don't think they can't. It's already been proven. They go in the wrong houses all the time, shoot people up, murder people, murder their dogs, and don't get in trouble at wrong house. Oh, well, oh, I'm at the wrong house. They haven't answered the door yet. And then they was knocking real late at night, and they were in bed asleep. And oh, I think we got the wrong house. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, oh, shit, lets go of the screen door, pulls his gun out, don't start screaming, police, police. Just wait, they're ready to just murder people. They're mass murderers. They're legalized mass murderers. And they shot at his wife, and luckily they missed her somehow, because she came out with a gun too. And they were innocent. Wrong house. Murdered her husband, shot him the fuck up. He was right there. And they were all backing away. And not yelling, not a one of them. Police, put it down. In case they're opening up that door with a gun. Then they'll go, oh, shut the door, put the gun down, then open the door. Maybe. Or leave it shut, because they may shoot you if you open that door or walk out that door. They don't know what to expect. It's at night. And they're scared. All of a sudden, their adrenaline rushing, and their fear is all through them. Somebody's coming out with a gun. They know it. That was premeditated murder. You have the right to kill someone for your safety. That's premeditated murder. No matter what it is, they're running from you. They may have a gun on them. Kill them. May. That's murder. Street justice. Cops get street justice. We don't, but they do. It's legal for them to do street justice. There's not supposed to be no such thing as street justice. But there is. Justice is in the courtrooms. And plus, if they're corporations, they're illegally, now I can't think of it, practicing law. Corporations cannot practice law. The United States government's a corporation. If the United States government's a corporation, and the three branches are part of that government, and which is the Supreme Court. If the Supreme Court is part of that corporation, it's a corporation. It can't practice law. It can only give opinions. It's not practicing law. They're giving their opinions. It's not a law. It's not a case law. It's an opinion. They cannot conduct law. Everything they're doing has nothing to do with law. It has everything to do with you're working for a corporation and you're breaking the corporation's policies, rules, regulations, edicts, ordinances, and mandates under color of law. That is what we are getting in trouble for, because we are seen as their employees and we are disorderly as an employee. They're not following my orders, boss orders you around. So they're your boss. They're ordering you around. You work for them. The sheriff told me when I said, I do not work for you. The video is way down in all my videos. If you listen closely, turn it up, you'll hear that sheriff say, yes, you do. So the sheriff believes I work for him, the state. Where's the that's why I asked, well, where's my money? Where's my paycheck? Give me $1,000 if I work for you. That's why I said that. That wasn't just out of... He told the truth. We work for the government as a U.S. citizen. You work for the state as a resident of the state. As a civilian, you are a military civilian. So you're a military civilian, you're a United States citizen, and you're a resident of a state. You are three things at one time, and that's not supposed to work like that. You're only supposed to be one of the three. So they got us as many different things, all kinds of labels, but what we're supposed to be, people. We the sovereign people, not citizens, people. U.S. citizens would be sovereign citizens that work in the government or for the government. So then, yes, you're a sovereign citizen, and you have sovereign citizen rights according to the Constitution that has the words U.S. citizen. So no matter what, we are all sovereign. Sovereign people, sovereign citizens. The undocumented are sovereign people. They are really free. The documented, Social Security number, all caps name, birthday and all this stuff. Well, you're a U.S. citizen, you're a resident of the state, you're all kinds of crap. There's nothing natural, no common sense in any of it. It's all up and down. It's all up is down. You know, left is right, and right is wrong. That's what we're living in right now, under color of law. We eliminate color of law and tell them there is no such thing as color of law. You are a corporation. You just got rules and policies and all that crap. Codes and acts. And I mean, y'all need to understand this stuff. They're not laws. They call them laws. But then when you read all that stuff, none of it on it, nowhere in there is that word law. It's hearsay. Prove to me it's law, actual law. Where does it say on here it's law? That's hearsay. And so we have the right to be undocumented. It's not illegal to be undocumented. So when they pull you over, you can say, I invoke the right to be undocumented. It is not illegal for me to be undocumented. Go talk to the prosecutor before you go any further. And then I invoke the Fifth Amendment, the Fourth and Fifth Amendment, and the Eighth Amendment, and then shut up. And the prosecutor should be knowledgeable on that and say, well, if he's undocumented, it isn't illegal. And if he wants to remain undocumented, we can't force him to not be undocumented, to put him on paper, to put him into our documents, into our system, to document him into our system. So we have paperwork on him, papers. Because in Germany, it's not illegal to be undocumented in America. You all take care. Bye.